we're on an Aussie adventure.
You know that Australia is home to the world's 2 most venomous snakes.
Can we change our minds about camping then?
There's no turning back now. Our Type 2 is well in its way to becoming the ultimate camper. But if we're going to survive off-grid, I need to make sure it's properly kitted out. Oh, today's going to be a good day. Look at this. They are absolutely obsessed with getting out there in their campers, enjoying this great country. So what better way to draw inspiration than coming to a camping expo? Hopefully, I'm going to find some tips and tricks we can incorporate in our build.
Yeah, you enjoying Australia?
I love it, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Love it, I feel like home here.
Yeah.
It's just like England with the sunshine on it. Oh, they really take it seriously, don't they, these people? Look at it.
40.
This is big business in Australia. Look at this one, look. This looks like some kind of apartment, doesn't it? Swish leather sofas all the way around the outside. Very contemporary design. Better than my house. I'm not sure we need the full leather interior. Look at this, look. This is a one-stop shop. But we are still missing a few essential bits of kit. This is an emporium of everything we're going to need. Look, leisure batteries, fridges, the lot. Oh, this is good. That's a skillet. Maybe that's a bit too big for us, but this is all good, isn't it? Oh, these are good. Look at these. Oh, yeah. Nice little cool box. That's good. Good colour, that one as well, isn't it? Just in case Elvis gets cut short when we're out in the wild. That's quite nice, yeah.
It's actually only on fan at the moment.
Is it?
If you turn it on to refrigerate and you put it down to 16 degrees, in 5 minutes, all your sweat will be gone.
Right. Well, I got loads. I could be in here forever.
Whilst Mike burns through our budget faster than a wildfire in the bush, back at the workshop, the gear linkages are finally sorted. How are you getting on?
Everything's pretty much there, except I've noticed a problem that I reckon is pretty significant. You've got a fair bit of oil leaking from your fuel pump gasket there.
Do you know, I've actually seen that already, and it's on my list of things to do. I just haven't ordered a gasket yet.
Order a gasket? Brother, I haven't ordered a gasket in 20 years.
Sounds like I'm about to get a lesson in bush mechanics. Right, there you go. A couple of gaskets, and that's the space that it mounts on, so I guess we can use that. So what do you do in this situation then?
Well, there's nothing better in the middle of the day to have a bit of a feed of cereal.
Okay.
Now, Mum doesn't like it, but you open the cereal box, you pull out the cereal, you chuck it to the side.
I know where this is going.
And you take your cereal box and you cut it out. And that is the perfect gasket maker.
Johnsy's going to use a sheet of cardboard for our homemade gaskets, and while it won't save us much money, it's certainly a lot quicker.
I'll trace the first side, flip him over, trace the second side, including the internal opening as well, and then marking the bolt holes or the holes that we need to secure it, and then we'll drill them out.
Mate, since I've been down in Australia, I've been nervous even about opening the bonnet in case there's some nasty spider in there. But out in the bush, you must have come across all sorts.
I've seen brown snakes under carpets. I've seen redback spiders on steering wheels.
My goodness.
I've seen...
My worst nightmare.
You reckon?
Yeah, man.
Well, you know what my worst nightmare is? Getting stuck in the middle of London.
Once both gaskets have been outlined, all we need to do is cut them out, and then we can get them on the van. Right, mate, I'm going to stick that on there, make sure that's the right way around. Yeah, there we go. Let's hope that's now leak-free.
Gasket bush style, better than shop bought, bro.
And those boys aren't the only ones finding cool solutions to problems. Look at this, look. Instant shelter. And very cooling underneath as well. And it's quite easy, isn't it? It just pops up. Sort of wheels out the side of the vehicle, put a couple of stands up, a couple of stays, shelter from the sun, shelter from the elements. But this isn't just any old awning. This one is Aussie tough.
Just up in the corner here,
I do a 2-layered roof, drop
Yeah.
that insulation through there. That's what the farmers are using in their sheds these days to
Yeah.
keep the heat down. And as you can see and as you can feel, it's about a 10-degree drop in temperature.
So it's
So it keeps the
cooler
heat
in
outside.
Yeah.
Anything that can protect us from the baking Aussie heat is money well spent in my book, and I reckon it will make our van much more saleable. This looks lush, by the way. If the guys just want to have a look at the rest and just come back for me, that'd be great. I'll see you in a couple of hours.
There's no rest for Johnsy and I. I've got another bit of clever kit to squeeze into our van that's absolutely crucial for surviving off-grid. One of the things that we now know is absolutely essential for a vehicle like this is a water storage vessel, and this is it. I've got this kit for just over $500, and it comprises of this tank. It's 62 litres, made of plastic. It's got a number of outlets, one to fill it up, one for the outlet to wherever you're going to send the water, and a breather on top. I've got this pump here, which is a 13 litres per minute pump. It's going to pump that much water through the system. It's electric, 12 volts. It runs off a pressure sensing device, which means that when you open the tap, it senses a drop in pressure, and that's what then kicks the pump in. And I've been thinking about how we mount this to the car. We haven't got a huge amount of space in there, so what I've decided to do, having taken the measurements from Mike's kitchen, is to knock up this little metal frame, which is going to raise the kitchen slightly up off the base of the floor and stick the tank tucked away underneath. All I need to do is find a way to get it in there, find routing for all the pipe work so it's all tucked away, and Johnsy's going to give me a hand to do that. Right, let's go and start measuring up. Johnsy, grab that for us, will you?
Grab that one for you.
The frame needs to be bolted to the floor, which means drilling more holes in our combi, and I need millimetre precision to avoid hitting any fuel lines or pipes underneath.
How's that looking?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, you're all good. Nice and clear.
Nothing leaking?
There's nothing leaking out.
Excellent.
Yeah, beautiful. Excellent. And now for a giant jigsaw puzzle, fitting the tank, frame and Mike's kitchen cabinet together without compromising our living space. 62 litres this is. How long is that going to give us?
So generally, if you're in the scrub, you're looking at about 10 to 15 litres per day per person.
Oh, so that's all right.
You'd have other drinking water as well. You'd have this for washing, cleaning and showering. So, you know, you could do a week if you're just the two of you,
Yeah.
3 or 4 days.
As long as Mike doesn't have too many showers.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have too many showers, and I'm sure he'd have other things that he'd drink rather than water, wouldn't he?
I think we're ready to start bolting the cabinet to the frame. So lift that off and then give us a hand to lift this over. This way round, straight on top of the frame. It's quite heavy. There we go, bingo. Hole in one, mate.
Excellent. I'll put a washer on the top there for you.
Nice.
Can you reach that?
Mate, the arms aren't long enough.
No.
There we go. It's quite a nice little kitchen unit, this, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. I'll tell you what, it's one of the best kitchens I've ever seen, probably better than the kitchen I've got in my own house.
All we got to do now is make sure it fits. Just sit it down there, let me get in. Okay.
I bet in your F1 days you didn't think that one day you'd be with Johnsy in Australia, decking out a camper. Hey, bro?
Dreams do come true though, mate, don't they?
Yeah, for me.
Now perfectly located, I can see right through to the floor, which means we're over the holes. Why don't we slot the tank in? We've got enough movement to move that around and adjust it. Let's get the tank in, make sure we can locate that, and then we'll slot the bolts in, yeah? It's a snug fit.
Very snug. Snug as a bug in a rug.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. As long as all the sections line up properly.
Ready when you are? I feel like we need some race radios, bro. You want it? I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. We can bolt everything in place.
What about you give it a little bit of a rattle test?
Not bad, man, not bad.
She's pretty rock solid,
I'll tell you what, this will be the proper test, because I measured this, hopefully quite accurately.
Wow.
Look at that.
Right.
That is perfection.
Engineering precision, brother.
I'll tell you what, now we've got that in, it looks amazing. Got a position now for the battery box so we can hook up the solar panel. And that means we've now got power, we've got water, we've got some way to cook and sustain ourselves. Still going to work on the shelter idea with an awning or something like that, but I mean, what do you reckon? Close to being bush ready?
Yeah, very, very close. I'd say like a bee's diaphragm away from being ready.
Would you take this out in the bush?
I would, brother. Yep,
Yeah?
she's got that reliability and mechanically as well.
Yeah.
So, other than the fact that everyone will see me coming in a blue vehicle in the scrub, I'd definitely take it out.
Right, I'll tell you what, it's getting really hot in here and I've been in here for a while. Should we go and get a drink?
Yeah.
You keep talking about keeping that thirst down.
We're due, let's do it.
We're on a mission to turn our Type 2 bus into the ultimate camper van.
And with Mike threatening a trip into the wilderness, the pressure's on to get our jigsaw pieces in place. An electric cooler's an essential addition. But it's not just the food and drink we'll need to keep cool.
Right.
All right, mate. So this is it. This is the awning.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice bit of kit.
We've got to get some brackets up here first, and that just slots on.
Done. Spanner.
Thank you.
There you go, mate. Looks all right, doesn't it? Yeah, old solar panel as well. That looks good.
Yeah.
Hey?
All right, there we go. It's on.
Well, mate, I've got to say, you know, it started off as just a plain Jane combi that was in good nick, but now it's got electricity, shelter, somewhere to cook and a bed to sleep in.
Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of thing you can now go off on a massive adventure and maybe even survive in.
1 week ago, we bought a bog-standard VW bus for $34,000.
And with a little help, we've transformed it into a proper little house on wheels. Not only is it reliable enough to cross the country,
But inside and out, there's now everything needed to survive off-grid. Including the cost of the van, we've spent $38,500, around £20,000. It certainly looks the part, but now it's time to put our money where our mouth is and see if our van and us can survive a night in the wild. Well, mate, I'll tell you what, this is the last bit of civilization we're going to see. So you want to think about, you know, what we're going to need, because after we say goodbye to this electricity and this shop, we are on our own, in the wilderness, off-grid.
well, we need supplies from the shop to make sure we can sustain ourselves, but we also do need a full tank of fuel, because that is the last thing we want to be, is left short without a means of getting home. So brim that, and then we'll go and find something to eat and drink, yeah? Before we say so long to the human race, we need to stock up on the essentials.
Right, let's go. Tea bags.
Tea bags.
Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for light milk.
Should we go Australian tea? Give it a try?
Give it a try, yeah, it's going to be horrible.
Baked beans?
Beans, yeah, always good.
Why are they selling hand warmers?
Hand warmers in quite possibly one of the hottest territories I've ever been to. Dog food, just in case it all comes to the end, a bit like Mad Max, where he ate his dog food, remember? Look at this water here, look, we take one of them a slab, eh?
Yeah, okay. G'day.
Hello. You're looking at two English guys looking to survive off-grid out in the wilds, and look, we thought about things like tinned tomatoes and toilet roll. We're on it, don't worry, like a couple of Boy Scouts.
We're looking for somewhere that we... It's a survival instinct kicking in there.
And we'd be all right, wouldn't we, us guys?
Oh, you'd be fine.
We'll take this lot and just you know, just in case, we'll just have that as well.
And a
Thank you.
lollipop. You can get 3 for these for $2.
Yeah.
We'll have him 3 of those bad boys.
I mean, why
we'll
not?
so have him 3.
Why not? Could be all the difference, couldn't it?
We're hitting the historic Putty Road, a narrow and winding route which snakes its way through the breathtaking Yengo National Park. I am so excited. I'm loving this. Ever since I was 17 years of age, looking at that world map, I've always wanted to come down under, do a little bit of backpacking, travelling across this great country and seeing it. And now I finally get to realise it with my mate sat beside me in an amazing vehicle. First and foremost, right, I'm just going to say it right from the off. When we got the vehicle, you drove it, right? And I could see you struggling with a gear stick. This is now almost Formula 1 technology. I can slot this vehicle into gear now with utter confidence. You've really done amazing work on this.
I mean, look, at the beginning of this, you found us what was actually a brilliant vehicle. All it needed, bar a couple of minor fixes like the gear change, was a couple of things that could sustain people living in it off the grid. And that was such a brilliant challenge to set us upon. And I think we've nailed it, mate.
I think we've more than nailed it. We've got a full tank of gas. We are now getting to a state where me and you are in survival mode.
We are off-grid.
We are properly off-grid. We may be heading off-grid, but I'm never off the clock. Mate, I reckon we're in good shape with this one. We have got somebody on the line for this, a guy called Stuart. He's seen everything. I've given him all the pictures. We spoke about the vehicle. He seems really, really keen. I've asked him 42,000 Aussie dollars for it. Spent around 4,000, you know, around about there. He just wants a little bit of time to think about it.
And if he does give us the yes, if he gives us the go-ahead and takes this vehicle, he's getting something pretty special, isn't he?
It bloody is.
Yeah.
You're allowed to say that in Australia, by the way.
I bloody love it.